As an AI growth consultant with an AI first agency, one of the most important decisions that you're going to make is the people you serve and exactly how you serve them. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and break down the difference between working with local businesses versus online businesses, including the different types of clients, services you can offer, and which path might be the right one for you. Hopefully this video will give you the clarity on which fits your skill set and your goals the best. Now, this exact document that we're going to go over in this video, along with dozens of frameworks and SOPs, is going to be available in our free school community linked down below. And when you go ahead and sign up, you're going to get full access to our entire AI agency course, which has over 50 videos going over how to help you launch your agency, land clients, build systems, and scale as an AI growth consultant. If you're interested in joining, there's going to be a link down below to do that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So choosing your market as an AI growth consultant for your AI automation agency. As an AI growth consultant, you can work with both local and online businesses, and each has its own opportunities, its challenges, and the service needs. Here's a breakdown to help you choose your ideal path and the services that you can go ahead and offer. First of all, let's take a look at the types of local businesses that you can serve. Now, ideally, these are going to be brick and mortar businesses that serve customers either in a physical location or a specific defined area, specific jurisdiction. These can be dental clinics, home services like plumbing, HVAC, roofing, cleaning, so on and so forth, construction companies, auto repair and auto dealerships, med spas and beauty clinics, law firms, restaurants and cafes, chiropractors and physical therapy, and then gyms and wellness studio. Now, inside our school community, you're going to have access to this document, which basically lists close to 100 different local niches that you can work with, and also online niches that you can work with. So you're going to have access to this document just to get some ideas on the type of niches out there. Inside our school community, you're going to have access to this exact document. Now, so that's the local businesses. So now let's take a look at online businesses. Now, these are going to be internet-first businesses without a physical footprint, or very little. So most of these businesses operate online, and these can be coaches and consultants, e-commerce stores, course creators and mentorship sites, personal brands and or influencers, info product sellers, YouTube channels and podcasters, and then online service providers like designers, marketers, or agencies. These are types of clients that you can serve. So now you understand the difference between a local and an online. Let's talk about the different services that you can offer these businesses for both local and for online. And we're going to be looking at this from the perspective of an AI agency, but more specifically as an AI growth consultant, someone who goes into a business and identifies all the bottlenecks that that business faces and then solving for that entire gap. And if you want a video going over exactly what I'm referring to here when I say the AI growth consultant, or more specifically the AI growth partner model, there's going to be a video linked down below which goes over that in more detail. And it's better than the traditional way of starting an agency or going about and building an agency, because it prevents you from being a commodity and you can charge a lot more upfront. So there's going to be a link to that video down below. Highly recommend that you guys watch it because it'll give you all the context that you need. So the AI services that you can offer for local businesses. Well, first of all, you can offer AI voice agents. This will answer calls, qualify leads, and book meetings. You have AI chatbots. So this could be on their websites. It could be text automation. It could be WhatsApp chatbots, right? Different types of chatbots depending on the outcome that your client is looking for. Paid advertising. So because you are an AI agency does not mean that you shouldn't be offering paid advertising if your clients need it. Because again, as an AI growth consultant, we're trying to solve for all the problems that the business has. And if lack of leads is one of them, then we can offer them that. You have CRM setup and automation. So setting up a CRM, for example, something like Go High Level, and then setting up automation such as lead nurturing, follow-up reminders, so on and so forth. Reputation management to help them collect reviews and build their reputation online. So this could be review automation and review responses. You have mixed call text back system. So someone misses a call, they get a text back saying, hey, we missed your call. Please let us know how we can help you. Then you have call tracking and analysis, being able to track all of their calls and building insights around that to be able to show them exactly how that is performing. And then you have Google My Business optimization. Again, this is a service that you can offer for local businesses should they need it. And in our free AI agency course, we go over how to go ahead and come up with these services, how to identify these services based on the problems that your clients have, and essentially how to go ahead and price these services, package them, and sell them as a whole to be able to charge a lot more upfront for all these services combined. So that's services that you can offer a local business, and really the same applies for an online business with a slight difference. For example, with an AI business similar to the local business, you can offer the top three: voice agents, chatbots, and then paid advertising. You have content creation, so over here you can research, you can ideate, you can outline using AI. There's so many AI tools that you can use when it comes to content creation. For example, in my case, for my YouTube thumbnails, I don't take pictures myself. Instead, I uploaded 10 pictures to Replicate. And what this software allows me to do is it allows me to literally replicate myself with a single prompt, type in a single prompt, and what it will do is generate me a picture of me wearing whatever, with whatever facial expression, doing whatever, and then I can use that as a thumbnail. So you can imagine this is like one of the many things that you can offer to an online business that requires content like that, whether it's for social media or it is for YouTube thumbnails. Then you have video editing and automation. So using AI tools like Descript and any other AI tool, being able to edit videos and then also automate that process. Other services that you can offer is content republishing workflows. So you can turn their YouTube videos into carousels, shorts, emails. There's a lot of AI tools that do that. I hope these different services is giving you an idea of like the services that you can offer to these businesses, because sometimes you might be narrow-minded and think like we're an AI agency, we just offer chatbots and voice agents. Well, I'm telling you guys, that's eventually going to be commoditized. There's so many people that are going to eventually be doing it, more so than right now. And within 6 months to a year and a half, it's going to be a commodity. Business can go anywhere and get these services. So you want to bulletproof your services by offering a holistic solution, going into a business and then offering them everything they need to actually succeed, rather than just a one-off commoditized service. Then you have copywriting assistance. There's a lot of AI tools that can help with that. You can use this for emails, captions, hooks. You have email and SMS automation, pretty basic, automating emails and SMS. Funnel and offer audit, so you can offer to audit their funnels, to audit their offer. And then you have SOP systemization, so systemizing their providing SOPs for their systems, right? So for the offer audits, if you guys want to see how to craft a no-brainer offer and charge minimum $5,000 upfront, we recorded a video on exactly how you can go ahead and come up with the perfect offer based on the bottlenecks and problems that your niche has. And again, that video is available in our free school community, and we're going to go ahead and also link that video down below. So these are the services you can offer for an online business. Now let's take a look at what path you should take. We'll have a look at each business side by side, and here's a simple decision guide to help you determine where to start. So over here in these columns, you have the criteria, you have the local business and online business. So for criteria, you have the market size, the sales process, the budget willingness, niche experience needed, is it easy to close, and then is it a reputable system. When it comes to market size, local business is huge. There are literally thousands of service businesses within each city. When it comes to online businesses, it's also big, but it's often more competitive. Because if you think about it, your local med spa or dental clinic in, let's say, St. Louis, or a suburb part of the city that you live in, they're probably not getting as pitched as much as an online business that conducts itself only online. Because this local business, all of their customers come from people within that jurisdiction, versus an online business who all of their clients come from online. So those businesses just get pitched a lot more, and they're oftentimes easier to reach, which is why it might be more competitive. When it comes to the sale process, for local businesses, it is phone-based, direct outreach, and fast trust cycle. We have students who, in our mentorship program, we go ahead and we build out a cold calling system for them. And what will happen is we will have people that will do 100 to 200 calls a day on the agency's behalf, and then book meetings for them directly. And a lot of these are local businesses. And these local businesses, it's easy to book meetings with them directly when you're doing outreach such as cold calling, compared to that of online business that probably doesn't even have a phone number. And for online businesses here, they're more so content driven. The sales process is more so content driven, and it's longer nurturing. So you might need to show them a VSL, educate them on why they need your services. So the sales process is typically longer, not always, but it's definitely longer than that of a local business. When it comes to budget willingness, so for local businesses, hire for local lead gen and appointment setting. The willingness of a business to spend more money on lead gen and appointment setting is significantly high, because that is literally what their business lives off of. Their business lives off of being able to get local lead gen and appointments booked locally. So if they don't have appointments booked, then they're not going to be able to continue running their business because they have no customers. When it comes to online businesses, it is higher for scaling and automation. So the budget willingness would be in order for them to scale and in order for them to have automations in place to systemize their entire business. Niche experience needed. So do you need niche experience for each one? Well, for local businesses, it's actually easier to pick up with less technical complexity, because the idea with local businesses is that it's oftentimes a straightforward process of what they need. For example, if they have a lack of leads, you run ads for them. If they are missing a lot of the calls, well, you can build an AI voice agent for them. If they are not responding quickly to customers, you could have some sort of chat bot in there. If they don't have a way to manage all of their leads, you can have a CRM in there. So it's usually a bit less technical to go ahead and pick up experience within that niche. And you compare that to an online business, it usually requires deeper understanding of the digital sales process. For example, I have clients in the information product niche, and there's a lot that needs to happen in order for us to help them sell a $5,000 to $10,000 product. You need to understand the actual process of selling this versus the local business, where it's more so a business needs leads, they need automations, they need workflows, and they basically have one thing. Their clients have one thing, which is we need our roof repair if they're a roofer. We need our AC fix if they're HVAC. We need our tooth removed, so we need to book an appointment if they're dental, right? So it's usually less complex and more straightforward process. When it comes to easier to close, yes, for local business, oftentimes they need urgent help. So if a business doesn't have leads, if a business is missing a lot of these calls, it's usually like, I need these services, and they would be willing to buy if they don't yet have someone and the pain that they're feeling is very urgent. Then they're going to want to hire someone. When it comes to online businesses, sometimes it's harder without strong proof or assets. As someone who is in the space as well, I can tell you right now, if you plan on building a 100K a month agency working with online businesses, you are going to need to have sales assets in place. You're going to need to have dynamic video sales letters. You're going to need to have content around this stuff, because it's hard for them to trust you without that stuff, okay? Then you have repeatable systems. So can you build systems that repeat themselves and make it easy for you to actually deliver the services? With local businesses, yes, most systems are plug and play. For example, if you're working with a dental clinic, that same exact protocols that you follow to helping this dental clinic, whether it's with an AI voice agent, paid ads, CRM, so on and so forth, you can essentially replicate that same exact plug and play protocols to another business, because it's all within the same niche and it's all within the same service. The only difference, obviously, is the client and then the jurisdiction that they serve. So it's very easy to build a plug and play system, which is great because it provides you leverage, because now you can deliver it in a leveraged way. And the same exact idea applies with an online business. If you are niche down to one model, you can replicate the same exact thing. For example, if you're working with, let's say, e-commerce brands, right? You work with one e-commerce brand, the same protocols you follow with e-commerce, you can follow with another brand. But if you are working with e-commerce and info product and coaches and consultants and personal brands, all of these different niches, the delivery, right? The system to deliver these results are going to be different across all of these people. So it's not necessarily repeatable. So for online business, this is yes, if you are working within the same niche, similar to the local business where you just have to plug and play the same system that you did for the last client. So hopefully this kind of gave you an idea of like the different criterias compared to both local and to online. Let's go a bit further to give you an idea of what decision you should go. Should you go with local? Should you go with online? And keep in mind, in the next video, once you have established if you're going to go with local and or if you're going to go with online, we're then going to talk about, should you be a generalist or should you be niche down? So if you're working with local businesses, should you work with all local businesses or should you work with one niche? Same idea applies to online. Should you work with just, let's say, coaches and consultants, or should you also work with personal brands, course creators, so on and so forth? So we're going to go over that in the next video and break down, now that you've decided local or online, do you go niche or general? So make sure you check that out. And again, all of this is available for you for free inside our school community, link down below. Now, here's my recommendation. When it comes to choosing, should you go local or online? Well, if you're just starting out and you want to close deals quickly, my advice would be start with local. Local businesses are going to be far much easier to actually close and get results for because of everything that we discussed here. The market size, the sales process, the niche experience. Also, if you already have a presence in an online space, YouTube channel, audience, proof, then start with an online business. So if you already have a YouTube channel and you've been making content around a specific topic, like how to, like for example, one of my clients, Zad Institute, he teaches Muslims how to read the Quran with proper tajweed. So if he was to start an AI agency, it would make sense for him to start with online because he already has content around that. He already has experience running his own offer, and it would make far more sense for him to help people that were once in his position than working with, let's say, a local business. And then lastly here, you have long-term. So you can stack both by building systems for each and assigning fulfillment roles. I hope this video gives you guys clarity as to the different idea between working with a local business and with an online business. This is the first thing you need to figure out. And then the next thing you need to figure out is, are you going niche and are you going generalist? And that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and cover in the next video.